Hello World Cup fans, welcome back to yet another match preview. This time we are looking into the opening game of Group D. It's a tasty one, it's Messi. Messi's boys up against Iceland. Talk about that match and more on today's show. That's right folks, back once again with another match preview, this time looking ahead to the opening game in Group D, which is Argentina up against Iceland. We'll talk more about that match in just 1 second, but if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'll keep you bang up to date with all things World Cup related. Hopefully we're going to be hearing from fans from both Argentina and Iceland, weather permitting and all that kind of good stuff. But we'll talk more about that in just 1 second. Let's take a little closer look at the opening game of Group D between Argentina and Iceland. It takes place on the 16th of June at the Ocarite Arena out in Moscow. Now, Argentina, currently managed by Jorge Sampaoli, and they got themselves into the tournament by finishing third place in the round robin in the CONMEBOL, which is the South American tournament. They secured their qualification on the 10th of October 2017, just squeezing ahead of Peru. This will be their 17th tournament. Their last was obviously back in 2014 in Brazil. Their best ever performances were 2 wins. They won the tournament back in 1978 and 1986 with Maradona at the helm. And you can currently get odds on Argentina to win the World Cup at 9-1. You might find it a little bit better actually, depending on if you're into the gambling kind of stuff. You can probably get 8-1. Elsewhere. Let's take a look at the run-in now for Argentina. They're opening up the tournament up against Iceland. Then they take on Croatia on 21st of June in the Nizhny Novgorod Stadium, which is out in Nizhny Novgorod. And then they'll wrap it up in the group phase anyway, up against Nigeria, 26th of June in the Khrushchevsky Stadium out in St. Petersburg. How about the opposition, which is Iceland? Now, this is their debut at the World Cup. They're currently managed by Heimir Helmarsson. They secured their qualification by ousting fellow Group D country Croatia in the Group I of the UEFA campaign. They secured their qualification on the 9th of October. Obviously, this is their debut, so they've never featured in the World Cup. They've never taken part in any World Cup, so there's no data there. And you can currently get odds on Iceland to win the World Cup at 300-1. Now, that about their run-in, obviously, open up their campaign up against Iceland, and they take on Nigeria on 22nd of June at the Volgograd Arena out in Volgograd. Then they wrap it up against Croatia, 26th of June at the Rostov Arena at Rostov-on-Don. Now, these two sides have never met before in international history. As for the rest of the group, we've already mentioned them already. Croatia and Nigeria also represent Group D. In a tasty looking group. As for my initial thoughts on this match, obviously there's a bit of momentum with Iceland at the moment. They're stretching back from the 2016 tournament and Euros. They did phenomenally well there. I think they made it to the quarterfinals, ousting England. Just to get through into that tournament, into the Euro 2000 was a big achievement. Then they actually secured qualification through the knockout stages, which was a massive accomplishment by beating England. They then got subsequently knocked out. But since then, the momentum has kept on going, and they've done very well to win, not just to qualify for the World Cup, but to win their group. It was a tasty looking group, including Croatia, and they ain't no pushovers. So, yeah. So there's a lot of expectation around Iceland, and a lot of fans I've spoken to, because I've spoken to a lot of fans in the build up to this tournament. A lot of fans. It's actually been quite tough to snap up an Icelandic fan to talk about Iceland. Hopefully they'll show up today. But a lot of fans from other countries are supporting Iceland as their second team, and because they are hugely, they're massive underdogs. The country has very little population as a whole, and for them to just be here is phenomenal. So, but to be honest with you, you're playing up against one of the heavyweights of world football, and not only are they just a heavyweight, they have one of the best players, if not the best player in the world. That's a debate for another day, in Lionel Messi. So it's going to be tough for them, but if they can bring their, the opening game of any group, of any World Cup, is massive, and especially for heavyweights such as Argentina, they're going to be looking into this and they're thinking, we got to win this game. If we stumble, the doors of opportunity for Iceland, Nigeria, and Croatia are going to be wide open. So Argentina will need to win this. Iceland are going to be looking at this game as a sort of a bonus. They can get a point or a win, then they're going to be thinking, hang on a minute, we've got a chance here. So yeah, that's a lot of food for thought when you come to predicting any games and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to make any prediction whatsoever until I've heard what the fans have had to say. So we've heard a little bit what I've had to say about this match. Now, actually, what you really want to hear is what the fans have been saying. I've got the Argentinian supporter right here, right now, live on Skype, and he's with me. Say hello to Geronimo. Geronimo, say hello to the world.
Hello, world.
Okay, so let's get straight into the thick of things. Obviously, Argentina about to get their World Cup campaign off to a start, and they've actually got I think it's quite an entertaining looking group. Nigeria, Iceland, and Croatia. Now, if Argentina had to win one of these games to make sure that they qualify, which game is it and why?
I think the first game against Iceland, because it will keep up the morale of the team, I think. And we all know that Iceland is not the most difficult team in the group. So if Argentina can't win against those guys, I think that maybe the morale of the team is going down. Just on the first game, I think that Croatia is like the most difficult team in the group. They have Modric, Rakitic. Right now I can't remember the name of the attacker. The one that plays on Juventus.
Yeah. Man something. I know where you're going with it. Yeah, so I agree with you. I think, Argentina need to get off to a good start, because if they don't, then it could be a long old tournament or a slow one anyway. But anyway, so if so you do open up against Iceland. What concerns you about Iceland?
The counterattacks. I mean, I'm worried about Argentina maybe attacking, and I don't know, Iceland just arrives to the goal, Argentinians goals once and they score and that's it. I see a game like against Iran on Brazil 2014 that they could have scored, but luckily they didn't, and Argentina won the game in the last minutes. I see something like that the game may be like versus Iran.
Okay. So obviously Argentina have probably the best player in the world. It's a debate for another day, but if you could choose somebody from one of the other three nations in your group and bring them into the Argentinian setup, who would you pick?
Rakitic.
What would he add to Argentina?
Well, he knows how Messi plays. He plays with him, and that's a great advantage. I think that they know each other, and that would be great. That one player knows how he plays,
Yeah.
And
now we're going to make this we're going to twist this question a little bit. If you could go back in time and take an Argentinian player from the past, we're going to not include Maradona because that's too easy. But if you could choose somebody else from Argentina's history and bring him into the squad in their prime, who would you take?
To be honest, I have two players in mind. The first one is Roberto Nancieri, that he used to be a goalkeeper. He was a great goalkeeper, especially stopping penalties. Mm-hmm. So he's like cruel, that the last World Cup that he just against Costa Rica, he went into the game just to stop the penalties. Well, abundant series, obviously that thing, but also he was a great goalkeeper too. And I'd also add Gabriel Batistuta.
Oh yeah, he's a quality. Yeah, you guys are so lucky to have some quality players. But yeah, tell me more about Batistuta.
Well, he's the greatest scorer in Argentina's World Cup histories. I get with 10 goals, I think. Mm-hmm. I think that, I don't know, him and Higuain would make a great, attack. And well, obviously Messi and all the guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, it would be a dream lineup if Batistuta was in there, if they could have done that. So, and Argentina are one of the favourites as well. They just got to get out of the group, and then anything is possible. So, what do you think about the score for Argentina against Iceland? What do you think is going to happen there?
2-0, but I think that maybe the first time it would end up like 0-0, and on the second half, Argentina would just go more and score, I don't know, maybe one goal, and Iceland would open up a little bit and another goal, and I don't know, in the last 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
That's what I think.
So yes, it's very plausible that will happen. I think their heads would go down, but I think in their minds, I don't know. Hopefully we'll get the answer from them. But I think everyone is expecting to lose against Argentina, and maybe the battles are against each other. So I think their heads will drop, but not too badly. But anyway, there is another game going on in that group at the same time, or roughly the same time. Nigeria against Croatia. What's the scoreline, do you think, between those two?
Croatia 2, Nigeria 1.
Just like that, plain and simple.
Uh,
Okay,
yeah.
so we're getting closer to the start of the match. Any bit of a motivational speech for your boys?
Okay, guys, this is the last chance for lots of you. So you should put everything on the field, and whatever it happens, it happens. It's now on God's hands, as everybody says. So enjoy it. Enjoy the World Cup.
There you have it. So, yeah, it is a big opportunity for Argentina. I'd like to see them in the knockout stages. They're one of the classic teams, and they always give the heavyweight encounters against Brazil, England, and all this other kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to Argentina. But anyway, so hopefully we can get some reaction from you after the match. Once Argentina win 2-0 or 3-0, we'll get some reaction from you if that's okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, well, I'll let you get out of here for now, but thank you for joining us.
Thank you for calling me.
No problem. I'll let you get out of here. So we've heard what Team Argentina have to say. What about Team Iceland? I'm joined with my Icelandic representative. Here he is. Say something, introduce the world to yourself. Tell them something maybe a little bit quirky.
Hi, I'm Ole. I'm gonna speak for Iceland during this program here. Something quirky. I live out on a farm. I milk cows.
That is quirky enough for me anyway. So obviously Iceland in a pretty tight group with Argentina, Croatia and Nigeria. Obviously a lot of people talking about Iceland and their recent revival, I guess. They've been on a bit of a motivation, a sort of rolling thing that's not stopping, and it's into the World Cup now for the very first time. So, if Iceland have to win one game in Group D, which game is it?
Nigeria.
Why'd you say that?
Definitely Nigeria. After watching the friendly with Ghana, which are pretty similar strength-wise to Nigeria, they have the sameness, quickness, and the lack for tactical discipline. So set pieces is probably what Iceland does best.
Mm-hmm. You do have a magician in Gylfi Sigurdsson. He is a wizard.
We have a fantastic free kick taker in Gylfi Sigurdsson and a good corner taker. Joey, our right wing, who plays for Burnley, has been getting to take the corners during these friendlies now, and actually did one for a goal. So they may be switching it up. We're definitely, it's going to be a tight, very, very tight and physical match, and we like these matches.
All right. Well, I think you do. I think your program or your schedule for Iceland is set up nicely. You get the big one out the way.
Yeah.
You pick up a result against Argentina, whether it's a draw or even a win, then it puts you in the driving seat. You're up against Argentina. What concerns you the most about them?
Messi, easily. Argentina haven't actually scored a goal in about 13 months without Messi being involved in it. So if you neutralize him, let's see what they can do. My guess would be that we'll stick on a player on him the whole game, just like we did on Ronaldo versus Portugal in the Euros. And he's going to get kicked down a lot.
He's gonna get manhandled by Icelanders all over the place. Okay, so there is a lot of interesting players within Group D. Now we're going to exclude Messi in this question, but if you could wave the magic wand around your group and steal somebody to be included in the Icelandic squad and give them an Icelandic passport, who would you steal?
Luka Modric.
Luka Modric.
Easily.
What do you love about him?
Him and Gylfi behind one forward. it doesn't matter who you stick up front. He's going to score a lot of goals.
Yeah, he is a sought-after commodity, is Modric. So what about now? This is going to open the eyes for a lot of neutrals. But if you could go back in time and take somebody from Iceland's football past and put them in your current 23, who would it be?
Ooh, that's pretty tough.
It is pretty tough. I thought.
Like, we could go for the grandfather of one of our players.
Okay, which is?
Squad, Albert Guðmundsson, who plays for PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands. His dad was a professional footballer, played for the national team. His granddad was one. His great-granddad was the first professional Icelandic footballer and played for AC Milan and Arsenal.
Wow. Is that so, would that be your choice?
Like, it would be great for him to have a mentor on the squad. I feel like he's a little left out right now. He didn't really play. He went so early into the Netherlands that he missed out connecting with the rest of the squad that grew up together. So,
well, he can make up for lost time in Russia.
Oh, definitely, he'll get some good minutes.
I'm excited to see Iceland in action. I'm excited to see this game. Actually, this is going to be a test for both Argentina and Iceland. You know, especially if we get the Iceland from the Euros, it'll be interesting if it's the same sort of mentality, which I expect it will be. But anyway, so what is your hot topic score prediction for this game?
Versus Argentina? I'm going to say... It's going to be 1-1.
1-1. That's bold. It's plausible. Yeah. It's plausible, and that will give Iceland hope.
They'll score early. We'll push something in on the 80th minute, something like that, from a corner.
Yeah, it's the way to do it. Also, in your group, Croatia take on Nigeria in the other game in the group. What's going to happen in that game? What's the result going to be?
That's going to be such a fun game. The Nigerians are just going to be running towards this wall of the Croatian midfield. It's going to be so fun to watch. It's going to be a high-scoring game, it's my guess. We're going to see something 2-2, 3-2.
In whose favor?
Croatia's going to take this game.
Croatia's going to edge it.
Have a stronger team, and they're way more disciplined.
Yeah, they do have a very, very good midfield, and yeah, it's going to be... Yeah,
really?
I'm looking forward to this group. There are some other groups that are not as exciting as this. But yeah, looking forward to Saturday. A lot of good games going on. 4 games on Saturday, so a lot of football. Get your, I don't know, just cancel everything else. Football day, Saturday. Anyway, so how about a last-minute motivational speech for your boys as they head to Russia?
Oh, just keep doing what's been working. Like, deep discipline, never sell, never back down from your guy. They make sure if you lose the ball, you go get your ball. I mean, the other guys will assist you, but you have to make up your own mistakes. And they gotta do it the same way they did at the Euros.
Yep, they do. They gotta bring that same game, everybody was up for grabs that day, and it could be the same deal here. And then if they can get it in out of the groups into the knockouts, same thing. Anything can happen in the knockouts. But anyway, so thank you again, Ollie, for joining us today. Hopefully we'll get some reaction from you from the game on Saturday. I'll talk to you that in a minute. But yes, if you don't mind, say goodbye to everyone watching at home.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Go root for Iceland.
So what the fans about to say, what does the cat think will happen between Argentina and Iceland? Let's take a closer look. Yeah, so Cass has opted for Argentina. She couldn't make a draw, but what do I think? Let's have a little look at what I think is going to happen between Argentina and Iceland. So into Group D is Argentina up against Iceland. Messi and his boys. We've heard from Team Argentina and we've heard from Iceland. What about the cat? Well, she's had a prediction. As for me, it's Messi. Messi and his boys are going to take this one to the bank. That's pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'll keep you bang up to date with all things World Cup related. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook. Links to those bad boys in the description below. I also just want to let you know before I wrap it up completely that I'll be doing an instant review on this match shortly after the final whistle. We can catch my initial thoughts in a very condensed video right here on the channel. And also do a more detailed overview with fan reaction, fingers crossed, with some fan reaction and you know, match statistics and all that kind of good stuff. So you can catch both of those kind of reviews right here on the channel. So make sure to check that bad boy out. And the best way to do that, hitting the subscribe button, and you'll know instantly when those puppies are online. Anyway, so I've opted for Argentina on this one, really because, you know, if you look at it as an Icelandic fan, as I mentioned earlier in the show, that it's a bonus. It's a Brucey bonus. I don't think they're planning on winning this one. I think they're looking at Nigeria and Croatia, and Iceland have got a good recent track record anyway up against Croatia, and they'll need to win that game if they're going to stand any chance of getting themselves through. And then the Nigeria game is their final, so they'll be looking to that. As for Argentina, they messed up completely in the qualifying campaign, and the hopes of a nation were almost dashed until Messi dragged them by the skin of the teeth. And he retired once already, so you know he's going to try and drag his country as far as he can, and I think he'll get enough out of them in this game anyway. Until next time, that's all I've got for you. Until next time, thumbs up, subscribe, ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Now, if you are interested in that Cast the Cat app, you want to hit that button right there. It'll send you over to my WordPress site where you can find a downloadable link. Also, if you've yet to subscribe to the channel, hit that magical button right there. This is your one-stop shop for the 2018 World Cup. I've also got old previews and reviews that you can check out down there. And also let me hear your thoughts and opinions. Whack them in the comment section below, and I will see you all very, very soon.